is going live on YouTube, doesn't matter. Please be yourselves. Authentic self is what we need. Just after some time, you'll forget that it's on YouTube. You'll forget about it. So please. So I mean, what I wanted to ask you people is that I think we need to do a little introduction. I think that's what we'll do. Little bit about yourselves. So, John, we'll start with you because on the screen I actually see in the order of people what they came in. So, or we can give respect to Elena. Whatever you say, the teacher. We can give the respect to the teacher.
It's the same issue that I am facing too, because I am a mediators trainer in the National University of Athens, and many of my students call me professor, professor. Especially, I am not a professor typically. I am saying that okay, we are all students in the mediation theory and practice. So I am hearing called John or Mr. Achillas if someone doesn't know me. The respect is not something that is revealing about the calling or about the name. Is revealing and giving in the behavior. I believe. So I am John. I love mediation, so I am here. I am practicing mediation. I am a mediator trainer too. And I do my best to make mediation in Greece more acceptable and more open, as also my colleagues here. This for about me.
Very nice, great. So now we have to go to the professor. Elena, about yourself.
Okay, lovely to see everyone again, and I hope that we have a big audience out there that's going to be interested in hearing about us. I'm here to support mediation, which I've been doing for the last 15 years. And I think with this wonderful group of people and many, many, many others, we've succeeded in many things. And the most important thing is to keep our passion alive for the growth of a process that brings peace. And this is a commodity that we don't all have the privilege to have access to. So it's great to be with you. I teach mediation. I am a professor at Alba Graduate Business School at the American College of Greece. I'm a practicing mediator and a lawyer. I won't say I'm a litigator. I'm definitely an advisor to people who would want to search an opportunity to resolve a dispute out of the court. And I'm very happy and proud to be also representing Greece in various capacities in international organizations and meet and interact with wonderful people around the world. Thank you very much for hosting this meeting, and I look forward to hearing from everyone.
And we also have to thank Mandy, she's coordinated all this. So thank you very much, Mandy, for the work you've done.
Absolutely.
So Eleni, a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everybody.
Lisa is also here.
Hello. Yes, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. I'm very happy to be here tonight. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you for coordinating all of this and us. Thank you, Mediator Vikram, for hosting this, for calling for the Greek circle. It was an amazing opportunity, not only to see how this whole thing works, but also to meet up with our colleagues here. I'm very happy to see you all. And as Elena said, I'm also in mediation for the last 15 years, and I'm still very passionate about it because I've seen it working, and this is what myself and I'm trying to when I speak about mediation, I speak about this practicing part about the fact that this system works and it brings results. And this is something that I really believe in it. It's not only that I love it, I really believe in its power and in its results. And this is something that I'm really eager to see your feedback and your insights about this matter and how we can make it happen more in Greece. Even though the last 3 years it's a reality, we have made it happen. We are here in this meeting, but also hundreds of our colleagues that are trying every day to bring it in action. So thank you again, and I'm really looking forward for the rest of the conversation.
Thank you very much. The only thing is that we should also have a Greek version of this. Maybe next time we'll do only Greek, no English. I think English should be put aside. But right now we have to do it because I'm never going to maybe learn the language. It's very difficult, I'm sure. But Sergios, something about yourself.
Hello, I'm Sergios. I'm a mediator and a lawyer and a litigator. So I'm a mediator as a lawyer, so I can see both the way of mediation and the way of litigation, and I can see the advantages of the first, provided, of course, that the party is going to try mediation, because if they don't, it's a tough task. I'm also the vice president of the Hellenic Union of Mediator, and you know, of course, what it is, but we are trying to promote mediation in any way. So this opportunity is something that we are fond of, and we are willing to help as we can. And I think this is the case for everybody here.
Yep. And Hellenic Union of Mediators was, of course, we co-organized the symposium on philosophy and mediation. So we had done that.
Exactly.
Please watch the recordings of that. They're all available. So, Calliope, of course, we met earlier, but a little introduction.
Well, I'm also thankful for my presence here today. I would like to thank Mandy for all the organization and the invitation, and the mediator Vikram for this great opportunity to be among the top mediators of Greece, and my teachers, my instructors. So my name is Calliope Papapavlou. I'm a mediator in Rhodes. It's an island in Greece. It's quite far from the capital, Athens, so it's quite more challenging being at this island, which is quite challenging, as I said. I've been a lawyer for the most part of my life, but once you meet mediation and once you see the benefits of mediation, there's no way back. So I am now focusing all my strengths to mediation. I believe that I'm here today because I believe we are going through very challenging times. The world is going through very challenging times. So we need all to join forces to promote this magic procedure, which is mediation. So that's why I believe it's very important that we're here today. Networking is a big first step.
Yeah. Now, the important thing that you said is about where you come from. I think everyone should write where they come from. So we get to know, because we are going to be creating circles within Greece also. So it will be nice to know where everyone is based. And of course, you are living in an island. Is it challenging or so nice to be cut off from everyone and sitting in your island? Is it not nice to do that?
It's quite challenging because I feel a bit lonely, to be honest. In fact, it's good that I have constant communication with all the people that are here, and I am thankful for their support. So whenever I need something, they are there for me, which is quite important. And I thank you all. This is an opportunity to thank you all.
I think the online world is actually a nice world. You can cut off when you want, and you can connect whenever you want. That's not nice, not bad. So
that's the secret of it.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll rename you people, and I'll put it, but you people can also, if you can rename yourself, whichever place you come from will be nice. So evgnosia. Evgnosia, am I on the right pronunciation? Without the
good afternoon. I am so glad to be here with you. I saw friends, not only colleagues, but friends. I am a lawyer. I live in Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is the second town in Greece. I am a lawyer for more than 30 years, and I am mediator for about 10 years. I love mediation. I work as mediator, I think, every day, and I have something important too. I love to be lawyer in mediation too. I think this is important for all mediators and for all lawyers. Thank you. This is for me. Thank you.
Okay, so what you'll have to understand is when your mindset, when you're a mediator and your mindset, when you're a lawyer in a mediation, how does it work? How are you able to balance that out? Because if you have the mediator mindset, you have the mediator mindset. And if you have the lawyer in the mediation mindset, you have a lawyer in the mediation mindset. So
it is not so difficult. It's not, I think it's good. It works.
Good, you'll have to tell us about it, because for me, the mediator mindset is the mediator mindset. When you're sitting like that, it's a different concept, and you go the other side, it's like the other side. You're on a different level. So Nana, I'm sorry, first picture that we put out, we wrote Mana there, but we changed it. It's Nana. So Nana, please.
Okay, hello. Hello, Mediator Vikram. Hello, Mandy. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the invitation and for the initiative that Mandy took for on behalf of us. It's a great pleasure, as Evgnosia and all the other colleagues said. We know each other. For us, it's a very, very intimate and very cozy environment. Although we are connected online, it is like if we see each other in a coffee shop, in a seminar, in a training, something like that. So we feel nice, and thank you so much again. Yes, I think that all of us, I am based in Athens. All of us, more or less, we took mediation to a next level in Greece. From different parts of Greece where we are spread, everyone, we took mediation, I think, another step forward. And I say this because it's not all the percentage of mediators that are registered in the Greek Ministry of Justice. They are not practicing mediation like we do. So we tried somehow to, let's say, to go further the obstacles we met during our, let's say, journey in mediation. We disseminate mediation in every way we can. We practice mediation. We are delivering training, some of us. We have clients, and we encourage lawyers to introduce mediation to their clients also. And once we see the results of a mediation, I think someone mentioned this before, we no longer want to be a lawyer. We want to continue providing mediation services. It's good, of course, to be a lawyer in a mediation, yes. But for me, personally speaking, it came across for myself. It's something that I realized very recently, that once a mediation goes well, I said, okay, that's it. You are not going to provide legal services anymore, which cannot be possible in the Greek environment, because in the Greek legal framework, because you cannot live only out of mediation in Greece. Maybe we would be able in the near future, but not now. So, to cut a long story short, thank you very much, and very happy and grateful to be here.
Cut a long story short, you live and breathe mediation. That's what I can understand. But the whole idea of the World Mediation Circle is to change this aspect where lawyers cannot just be mediators. The issues that are there, we have to be reaching out. Let's say we'll talk about that as we go along. And I'm assuming that's Elizabeth. Am I assuming right? Because the Greek language is Greek to me. So, so I'm assuming that's Elizabeth. So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? If you would like to unmute yourself, you'll have to unmute yourself. Mandy, you'll have to.
Lisa, we don't hear you.
Unmute. Unmute.
Ok. Τώρα μ' ακούτε? Στα ελληνικά. So, hello, Vikram. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be part of this mediation circle. I love the word circle because it symbolizes flow and unity. And I feel that we are all connected. And this is wonderful and very important for the mediation, that we mediators can be connected in such a way. So my name is Elizabeth Tseliou. I'm a mediator for the last 12 years. I'm also a lawyer for 35 years, but the last 2 years I'm practicing just mediation. Of course, I love mediation. I am grateful that through this human procedure, I can help people to resolve the disputes in an amicable way and find solutions that they can manage and they can live with them. I'm a founding member and partner of Dialogos Family and Business Mediation Company, which is situated in Athens. And I'm very proud of being a partner of this company. I hope that our connection and our collaboration through this mediation circle will help all of us to focus on the essence of mediation, which is peacemaking. And this is very important for families, for companies, for communities, for every human being.
Nicely said. Yeah. But Dialogos is also
Dialogos,
yes. Dialogos is also, I mean, it's also a word in Spanish, because in that also they say dialogos, I think, for dialogue. I think so.
Yes, dialogue and dialogos. Yes, the Greek word is dialogos.
Yeah, because I know that there is some person in Peru also, they have dialogos in their company name. So great. But what I'll do is a little introduction on the World Mediation Circle. And then after that, I'll take your thoughts on it. It's a work in progress. It's not something that I'm saying this is how it has to be done. But based on the almost 3 years of just conversations with people, there are now 675 plus conversations on my YouTube channel. So after all that, I've put something together, and we'll, as we go along, we'll learn, we'll refine the process, we'll refine the circle, we'll get to understand. And so basically mediatorvikram.com is where information is lying. And why I'm telling you this is because a lot of the events and shows that I do, there's so many of them that happen. So I really want you people to, I'll show you where to find information so that you can know where to go and where to, I mean, if you want to attend any of the shows, you can just drop in. So all the connection things are here. So World Mediation Circle. So what? So I've called this the resolution revolution. That's the way I look at it. So as part of that, I've created the World Mediation Circle, which is a worldwide web of mediation circles. So you have mediation circles within mediation circles, which we'll discuss. But I did put a definition of mediation. Why I had to put this is because the Singapore Convention came out with a definition, but I felt it left out 3 keywords. It left out voluntary, it left out informal, and it left out trusted. So for me, the reason according to me is because it is developing through the court system, and these three things are missing sometimes from there. So from their perspective, it's all right. For I think for the user, it is not the best thing to do to remove these aspects from mediation. So a voluntary and informal process through which people in dispute attempt to reach an amicable settlement of the dispute with the assistance of a trusted person or persons lacking the authority to impose a solution on them. That's how simple it is. I needed to put that definition out because sometimes what happened is we get lost in these complicated kinds of words of process, evaluative, facilitative, transformative, narrative, and all that. But for the user, they don't understand all that. For the mediation world, yes, we all have that discussions. But let's make it simple for the user, because this is to go to the people. So also this is the why part of it, to bring a moral values, principles, and ethics-based humanistic approach to dispute resolution. You will hear this a lot, where heart, soul, spirituality play an important role. And I've had a symposium on heart, soul, spirituality, and mediation also. Because again, in relation to the practice of mediation, I mean, the blind man and the elephant situation, that everyone looks at it in a certain way. It's called mediation, but it's being practiced in different ways. And one of those things which I keep criticizing in a way is the settlement conferences. And sometimes they are termed mediation, and people think that is what mediation is. But here I feel it is a more connected process with people, and this humanistic approach and all, and will help people in resolving the disputes in an amicable and collaborative manner. Of course, we know that. And attempt to heal and strengthen relationships is also what I'm sure people, all of us here, consider that's an important part of it. Safe spaces for conversations, dialogue, collaboration, and consensus building without activism or advocacy. The whole idea of the circle is that this is a community within a community. So we are creating these circles in schools, colleges, communities, organizations. So that whole community with people with the mindset where they want to collaborate, they can have conversations and dialogos, yes. So they can have that. And from there, to be able to go towards consensus building. So it's not that you have a dispute, so you're part of the circle. You are part of the circle because either you have the mediator mindset or the peacemaker mindset, or you just generally feel that disputes should be resolved amicably. So you are part of that also. So it's a community. It's not just come in and you have a dispute and it's not a center. It's not a mediation center. It's a community which we're trying to create. And the aspect of activism and advocacy, those are areas which have developed and are available, but a community which can actually sit together and discuss issues, understand each other, I feel that's kind of has been missed out, because communities themselves are broken up. You don't have the communities that the way it must have been. We've seen it, urbanization and disconnection from the larger, I mean, as a city, you don't really feel ownership towards it. So you don't really feel it as a community. So we have to really create communities. We start small and grow, and as a national level also, global level also, let's feel it's a community. And it's not that we have to get everyone in the world into it. We'll get people who have the mindset, and hopefully it'll grow as we go along. So schools, colleges, organizations, and communities. So communities, place-based, which is of course like the national, the local, business, organizational, identity-based, issue-based. I'll take you through the circles which have already been launched. So we have the mediators who have the mediator mindset. Now, this is a little controversial. I'm always a little controversial on this, that no special qualification, training, or experience is required. That's the way I am looking at development of mediation, that we are going out, we are identifying people in communities and schools and colleges who have the mindset, and telling people that, okay, this is someone who's there in your school or community. Why don't you bring this person in if you have a conflict or dispute which you want to resolve, and create that culture of mediation first. What has really happened is, on a global level, on a national level also, we've created a very formal framework for mediation. But I mean, Anna also said that to be able to practice as only a mediator, she wants to do it. Her heart is there, but it hasn't developed the way it has, because people they're not connected with the process the way it is informally being practiced already. It's all out there. So we're connecting them with the person who actually does it in their communities and schools, And then from there, they connect with the process, even without using the word mediation. So it's not that we have stuck to this whole word of mediation. If locally in Greece, people understand a different word for it, we can use that. I mean, the idea is to connect them to the process. So that's how we take it forward. And I mean, a lot of people feel, oh, what are you saying? This whole certification is important, training is important. What I'm saying is that if a person has that mindset, can you even teach someone the mindset? It's not a concept of, it's someone that feels it from within. It's a way of life for that person. So this is something we'll discuss this. You'll have your thoughts on it. We'll definitely talk about it. And I've also divided this into people into peacemakers who have the skill of getting people together. So that's also, as part of the circle, we need those people also. That's an important skill, because a lot of times people can't just come together and say, okay, we want to actually resolve something, or we need a mediator to do it. They don't even connect with each other. So we need someone who's a catalyst in that whole process. And those peacemakers have a very important role to play. So they're all going to get the mediator. They'll identify the mediators. They'll reach out to, if someone has a dispute, reach out to the other side, bring them together. And for us, the first thing is, why don't you just sit together and resolve? You don't have to go in for mediation. But yes, if you can't, then there is a mediator in the community. We can connect you to that. So we're starting from the grassroots level. We'll talk about it on the national and global level, but at the local level, we need to put this, and people who have the mindset, who want to resolve disputes in an amicable manner. So that's how it is. You can fill this form if you want to join the circle, and a little bit about that is here. And these are the circles which have already been launched. So you can actually go here. I'll take you through them, but the list is here. This is where the events are mentioned for the year. So, I mean, right now the link is the same. So if you want to come for any of these, are already happened. But what's coming up, like tomorrow, there's a book, talking books, various series I have, lots of shows and all I have. Talking books is one of them. So we're discussing a book that Sherry has written. On Monday, we discuss this Magic in Mediation that Ken Cloak has written. So that show also happens. So lots of shows which have happened. So please go through this website and you'll find. So we have the France Mediation Circle on 20th, in Ireland on 26th. And please, I mean, I won't take you through all these shows. We've got lots of them there, but please find some details here. And for every year, I mean, okay, it's a special section on Ken Cloak, because I feel that this is something, these are like words of wisdom available to everyone to access. People, I mean, the people have to pay to listen to Ken Cloak. Here is available for free, which is what people don't value, maybe, just like mediation. When it's comes free to them, maybe they don't value it. But please have a look at it. Lots of shows and different years, what has happened, all that, conferences and everything is here. So that's the basic idea about the work that I'm doing. I know that you people will not get time to watch all the various the content which is there. If I say 675 videos, it means there might be 700-800 hours of content. So if you start 1 hour a day, maybe it'll take you 2 years to, maybe more, to finish it. So I don't expect you people to go through everything, but at least whatever, if there's a topic that you're looking for, you can actually go to YouTube also and write Mediator Vikram and put the topic. Chances are there might be something in relation to that which has happened. What I'm going to do is, for 2 minutes, I'll take you through the mediation circles which have been launched, and I'll tell you how, in terms of Greece also, what circles we will be looking at in relation to the larger circles which have been created. So I'll just take you quickly through that. And at any point of time, you want to come in, please just stop me, just come in. So this is, of course, the larger World Mediation Circle. Then we have a country-based ones. So India has been launched. Then the World Indigenous Peoples Mediation Circle. That's the larger one. And we'll have a Greece Indigenous Peoples Mediation Circle, because I feel there is a lot that we can learn also, and a lot of practices which need to go out from every area. The first symposium I did was on mediation in our culture and traditions. Then we did a symposium on indigenous peoples and mediation. So all that content is there. You can have a look at that. And links to these launches, like I just showed you that like Ken Cloak launched this. So in the Ken Cloak section, you'll find the link, the YouTube link to watch this. His words of wisdom, I feel everyone should just listen to that. I mean, that kind of experience. This is the International Reflective Practice Circle. Here, the idea is that create reflective practice circles, and those reflective practice groups is where people come, mediators come and share their experiences in relation to mediation, which is important, because like Calliope is saying, she's cut off. A lot of mediators also cut off. They're just individually doing their work and they don't get a chance to talk about their experiences. So reflective practice groups. Then we have the International Commercial Mediation Circle. So there'll be a Greece Commercial Mediation Circle. Then we have the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So for all the goals, to achieve the goals, goal number 17 talks about collaboration. I think mediators and mediation definitely fit in there. So mediators and mediation plays a very important role in achieving the goals. So we should put it out there. And as we go along, every goal we can have a mediation circle and we can go through the goals at some point of time. And then the World Refugee Mediation Circle, similarly a Greece Refugee Mediation Circle. A lot of work here to be done. We'll create those. Then the Organizational Mediation Circle. So every idea is every organization should have, of course, a mediator, but also within the organization, because organization is also community. So create capacity there to identify people with that mindset, and we'll do that. The Family Mediation Circle. At the end of the day, every family should have a mediation circle. The larger family should have one. So at least that way, that at the grassroots, at least there is a connection to the experience of conflict resolution with a third person. And that is something that has actually we missed out. I mean, as communities developed, we were cut off from that aspect of people finding people within the family. And I mean, there are lots of dynamics there because we have to differentiate between people in the family also who impose a solution, which is also not a good thing, obviously, and that people go away from that kind of a settlement process or a mediation process. So I think we need to also sensitize people that now these days you can't just impose a solution on people. This is a game that Massimiliano has created, which is Medianos, for people to experience conflict resolution, and without teaching them, they're actually experiencing through a game. So they like cards, and Mandy will, of course, take people through that at some point of time, create a Greece Medianos circle. So this is actually a card game, but because we have to reach large numbers, we'll create just a PDF which will go out and people can actually play the game. A good way. But what Massimiliano does is that he goes to schools and institutions and everywhere and he creates a kind of a game, kind of a session. So people play that and experience it. Then the Global School Mediation Circle and College Mediation Circle. Similarly, we'll have a Greece School Mediation Circle and College Mediation Circle. And all these environmental, climate change, natural disaster, sustainability, again, global, local, all of them are connected. I mean, there is connection in all of them. What happens at the global level affects local. And we have the Israel-Palestine mediation circles. So a lot of gatherings of that have happened. So everyone can come and join that. Barbados. Then this is a college in India which has created a circle. An important thing here I want to point out is that it says Suleh. Suleh is a word that they connect with. And Suleh is also a word which is used in the Middle East also. So they wanted to use that word because they feel at the local level, people connect with this and not mediation. So perfectly all right. That's the way they look at it. It's connecting to the people how it's done. So these children have spoken about their experience. There's one boy who's in college right now. He's already helped a family resolve something. And so there was something which was like, there was a dispute going on for 2 years. He's helped them. So imagine at the college level, there are people with that mindset who are actually doing this. So we'll you can also interact with these people. Artificial intelligence, a lot of work here to happen. Can artificial intelligence be a mediator, or how it can assist in the process? A lot of work to be done. Can we create a platform only for conflict resolution? Working on that. Okay, gatherings of various circles, this is a get together. Then the Turkey mediation circle we launched. Another gathering of that, the books that Massimiliano has written. We've done that. That's Ecuador. These people are doing wonderful work in Ecuador. I think you should follow that. There is a session in one of my events also. So a lot of work is happening in Ecuador in relation to mediation, and without it coming from the court system. So in insolvency with the government, they're doing a lot of work, so we can then interact. That's what the whole idea of the circles is, that people from every country can interact with each other to learn from what's happening in their countries and how we can take it forward. So this is a community that I live in, so circle there. And Ghana, and the books that Ken Cloak has written. another gathering of the Israel-Palestine. Yesterday we had this celebration of my YouTube channel. So I have to say that this is what we're doing today. And this is the book that's being discussed tomorrow. And then the France one. So that, and Ireland is going to happen on 26th. So broad idea. And now thoughts. So we'll start with Elena. Elena, any thoughts on this? What is?
So like every other circle, it signifies equality. It signifies willingness to learn from each other and learning to respect each other. And creating local circles is a great opportunity for us to meet, get together. I think we share mutual respect for each other and a strong commitment to advance mediation as a dispute resolution process in Greece and worldwide. So I commend the initiative. There's a lot to learn from each other. Luckily enough, with the change that we have in our law, we have the opportunity, as opposed to other countries that mediation is purely voluntary. Here in Greece, we have the opportunity to learn now from the practice. So it's not just in theory, but we have to learn a lot from each other also from the practice, which is always like a movie, you don't know the end to it. So even if you've heard thousands of mediation stories by others, there's always a different ending to each mediation story each and every one of us has dealt with. So this makes also the journey very fascinating. There is not a joint happy end always. There might be some variations of what happiness means to different people and on different cases. So I'm happy to be here and contribute to a circle that at least will be exciting in terms of sharing ideas and different stories with each other. I think we are, I don't want to monopolize this, but it's nice because that also coincides with almost 3 years after the introduction of a mandatory first session in mediation. So this storytelling is growing fastly. And I'm sure people in this group and many other people who would be interested in joining would also love to hear to our stories and what we learn from each other. So
I think that's actually the starting point where the connections happen and everyone comes together. But the next stage is to actually reach communities, reach schools, tell them to create them. You're not going there to teach them anything. All we're saying is ask each other, is there anyone in your school, in your college, in your community who helps people resolve disputes? We just need to identify those people. Then we'll take them forward. We'll first create that circle in that community or school. And then after that, whatever support that is required, you're there. So in a way, you become the face of mediation from the professional part of it, but you're also bringing out faces of mediation at the local level, because that's, if you have to really develop mediation, people have to connect with faces and trust people who are within them. Yes, they also get to know that, yes, there are professionals sitting there who are actually practicing this on a, I mean, maybe not on a full-time basis if they can't, but at least they're available. So you become the face for that. And that's important. I mean, that's important that they have that also, but it's important to develop it in a manner where it actually connects with the people, and it's going to connect if they can identify with the people. So that is activity that you people will have to do, which a lot of you might not get time to totally do it. So I'm there to coordinate a lot of things. I will be doing that, but you people have to be available to, and it's good for the practice also. I mean, it's like a marketing exercise for your practice also, that you are out there, you're creating the culture as a long-term thing. If you create the culture and people actually experience resolution with a third person, they know, yes, this works. Then as they go along, there will be more complex matters. They feel, no, we need to bring in someone else who has maybe more experience. So you are available for that. So I think it's a good marketing exercise also. I mean, being identified in communities as the mediator, that's also important. So I think it will all work together, but this is today, we're just launching it, we're introducing the concept. Then we'll have our gatherings where we will further bring more people in, talk about their experiences. Because what I do is like that college mediation circle. I ask those children to come in, and the same question is, has anyone assisted anyone? Has anyone helped anyone resolve something? So they started talking about their experience. And that was a good thing, because someone talks about it. Some people don't even realize what they did. And then said, oh, I also did this, or so and so did this. So those stories also have to be recorded and then circulated. That, okay, this happened with these people. So they connected on a very basic level, because what's really happening is that through the court system, it seems to be some rocket science that is happening somewhere, which disconnects people from it. Here, they'll have actual success stories, and a lot of it they will connect with, they'll relate with. So, and everything is, like you said, Elena, is all unique. Each mediation is unique people coming together with a unique mediator. So the combination is unique and all go in a different direction, but people with the mediator mindset can actually manage that. So, Eleni, thoughts?
Hello, everyone. I'm really sorry for the delay.
Oh, Eleni is, okay. This Eleni. Okay. Yes, Eleni. Yes. You have to introduce yourself.
We
Eleni,
are three
also.
of us here today.
Oh my God.
Please, Eleni, go on, and I will follow. Please.
Just wanted to say hello.
Just watch
everybody.
out not to have a war. See, Eleni is a dangerous thing.
Okay, Eleni C. Okay, Eleni C now. Eleni P and Eleni C. Yes, Eleni C.
Please,
how are you?
Karalavidu, go on, and I will follow.
Just wanted to say hello to my dear colleagues, and I am sorry for being late. That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Do I come in those dear colleagues, or only they come in that dear colleagues?
No, you included, Vikram, of course.
But Eleni C has been part of my event. She was part of Mediator Experiences, which is, it started off as a series to talk to Weinstein Jams fellows about their experience with the fellowship. So she's been part of that. You can actually watch it on the YouTube channel. All you have to write is, like I said, Mediator Vikram, and write her name, and you'll find that episode. It was a wonderful conversation that we had. So that was really nice. So, but now Eleni C, we are going to Eleni P. Okay, so we're just talking about, I briefly told them about, I don't know whether it was brief, but I told them about the World Mediation Circle and what the activity is. I'll take you through that later, but we're just getting thoughts on how we can take it forward, what everyone thinks about it. Yes, Eleni P, what do you feel?
Yes, I'm very excited about what I heard, and I'll tell you why. Because the word that we are looking for in Greece, I think the last 15 years, is the word engagement. And I mean, in the sense of making people engaged in the process of mediation. So what also, it was very interesting for me to hear also the word authenticity. And I think that this word has a great power in it, and it makes people gain trust for the process, and engage themselves even to try, because I think that whoever tries mediation afterwards becomes a believer. So I think that the game is played that we are trying to make people try. Exactly. And if they do try, they will follow. I think that the chances are that they will try mediation again. So this is, I didn't know all this in detail, what you presented to us, and it makes me feel hope, and not only in the theoretical part of it, of hope, but in the practical way that when you make this thing open and authentic, people are more willing to believe and to get engaged in it. And when I go to school and I talk about the career in law, because I'm also a lawyer, I didn't say about myself before, I'm a lawyer and a mediator's trainer and a practicing mediator. And so I go to schools and I talk about the legal careers that the students can follow. And I'm asking the kids who are interested in in joining law school. There are 4 or 5 hands, which is not a very big hope for the legal profession in the future. But anyway, they're very reserved about the legal profession. But then I ask them something else, and I tell them, do you know if you or any of your peers of any other kid here is the one who helped you solve your problems? Do you know? Because this is a skill. It's not something. It's something very authentic. And always, it's not about the school mediation only. It's about, the resolution skills, the trust, the third party skills. And there's always an answer. Oh, yes, this guy here, he helped me doing that. So, and you can see this thing and you see this guy that they were looking at him, and he goes like, oh, did I really help you?
Exactly.
No, am I this person? So these little kids who are around 14, because this is where I go and talk about their career there, they are getting very empowered and see themselves as a resolver. So I think this, all the things that you said about the circles, I really connected with. I was really, I don't know how to say. I'm convinced.
Good,
That's what
good.
I want to say.
You're doing exactly what I'm saying.
I'm engaged.
No, you're doing exactly what I'm talking about. You're actually doing that, and it's very nice to hear that from the children and actually talk to the person who's actually helping them, what the person did, the people who benefited, what was the experience there, and then we'll record those little clips and we'll circulate that so that further people can actually understand, yes, this is happening, and this person is in between us. There is this person. And the other thing on the authentic self, that symposium that I had on heart, soul, spirituality, and mediation, this authentic self came up so much on that. So please watch some episodes or some of those sessions. It's a lot of important part.
Definitely. Yes. Thank you for this opportunity tonight.
Oh, thank you for being part of it. And it's going to be really wonderful to take it to schools. Yes. Sergius, some thoughts.
Hello again. I'm thinking about how we can promote mediation to more people, because now the way we are doing according to the law is by this initial mandatory session, which is a session that they have to come, and at least in my experience, most of them, they're forced to come. So they're not that willing to continue to mediation in this particular case. But what is more important is that more of them are not willing to hear, to listen, because not all cases are covered for mediation. So the point is not to convince this case to go to mediation, but to promote mediation to these people, to say that this is another way, so they can choose it in another case. So I think it's about how many years now? 3 years since the law was drafted and came in issue for this initial mediation session. I think we have to broaden the ways to promote it, to try to go to outside of the people that are actually in a case in court. So this is, I think, what we have to think about: how to go to the community and inform people before having a case before a court.
Yeah.
So be prepared in advance.
But I'm just, yeah, exactly. But I'm saying even one step which you people might not like, I'm saying not just court, one step before they go to a lawyer. A lot of you won't like that, that they should not go to a lawyer, but they should go to a mediator. But that is what the whole idea of that is, but that they have, first of all, they have to have a face for a mediator. So that is also what we're trying to bring out, that, okay, there is a mediator for that, because within the mediation world, we know and we talk about it, but do people on the ground actually know who the mediator is, who those people are? So I think that's going to be an important part there. Yes, Calliope, what are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts, if I have to add something on the conversation of the initial mandatory meeting, I will tell you my practice, which is something that Maya Angelou said. She said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So this is something that I am using, even if I have people who are not willing to listen. They cannot feel the difference, feel the hope, feel these secure places, the security that mediations offers. In terms of what you said, what you described as is something huge, is something great. As I said before, networking is a great big step on promoting mediation with people who share common mindset. Of course, mindset cannot be learned, but I believe very much in the educative role of mediation itself. So it is very important to create these circles and exchange good practices, which is something we all need. And of course, schools is very important. The fact that you are said that school circles will start is also very important. What we should look for is young people to believe and learn about the benefits of this process, the chance to change their mindset, the chance to change their whole lives.
Absolutely. And Eleni's also already told us that they actually are experiencing it without knowing they're experiencing it. So that is what we have to be able to bring out, that you are already connected with the process. You don't know the word. You don't know the word, but you know the process. You know a person who's a mediator, but you don't call him a mediator or her a mediator. It's all happening. I think we're not creating something new. It's just been there. It's a natural interaction of people. For some people, it's a way of life. So let me bring John in. John, you want to come in and give your thoughts? If you unmute yourself, it'll be better, but I'm okay. I think lip reading is also going to be one of the ways that we are going to communicate. Not a problem.
Yeah. I am hearing all these beautiful things about the schools. I have to say that here in Greece, we have not yet the framework, the legal framework that has to be present to apply the mediation in schools. Even if there is a need of applying mediation in schools to face the bullying phenomenon, but there is not a legal frame for it yet in Greece. Also, we have not a legal frame about the labor disputes. Also, there is a bullying, another type of bullying, and we have not the correct legal frame in these two cases to apply mediation. I think that it could be a good job if all the mediators community push the power centers to fix this lack in our frameworks, but in other ways, mediation make big steps in family law, in commercial law, and in land law. So we hope, we work and we hope.
But I think, John, what you spoke about the labor part of it, you have to be careful, because in Turkey, in terms of statistics, it shows that so many mediations have happened, and largely labor ones. But are they really mediations? You have that, because what people are taking back with them is, if that is what mediation is, then they're not very happy with it, because sometimes it's misused also in relation to that relationship that you have in that situation, and people, do they really have a choice? So, I mean, yes, it should happen, but at the same time, to be careful as to how it's practiced. So that also is, I think, important.
Yeah. And we, as mediators, we have a responsibility, because we are the soul of mediation to the others. They learn mediation from our behavior, from our practicing. So we have to be careful, any one of us, because I am telling this very often to my students or to other friends and colleagues. We have to be careful because you are not John, you are not Costas, Maria, etc. You are the mediator for them. So if the mediator is not correct or good in what he or she is practicing, you make mediation minus that it is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why you have to be really careful who you bring into the circle. That's important. And the other reason for going into the grassroots level and identifying those people is because already the user experience is guaranteed because the person is already practicing it. And when you bring these people into mediation, the whole concept and the experience is something that people value. They take back, they talk to people, and then that's how other people take to it and want to actually experience it. So it's important. The people is important. There was, again, part of that symposium on heart, soul, spirituality. There's someone from Australia. He said the mediator is mediation. So that was quite an interesting thing.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct.
Yes, yeah. So
it's a version of mediation, the applying version.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, Elizabeth, what are your thoughts?
I'm very enthusiastic about the circles. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really impressed from the special mediation circles. I mean the family mediation circle, the school mediation circle, and I'm wondering if we have the possibility to participate in some of them, except the local, let's say, mediation circle.
Absolutely. That's the whole idea, that you have, of course, one at the local level. At the Greece level, you will have that family mediation, and the international one, everyone from everywhere who's part of those family mediation circles comes as part of that. So share experiences, best practices, whatever they want to that. So that's why it's the World-Wide Web of Mediation Circles.
Yeah, but
everyone
not necessarily to make a Greek to become member of the one that you just presented. I mean, Elizabeth, if she would like, she could come straight and be part of the family mediation circle, the international. Yes,
absolutely. But if she comes there, then we will bring her into the Greece one. So
okay.
I would like to ask also, what is the role of patron? Because you have told us about participants and patrons.
Patrons, actually. The patrons were supposed to be people who send me a gift. It's like a gift. I realize no one really does that. So now what I tell people is, you don't have to pay me anything if you create a circle. So you have to create a circle. If you don't create a circle, then we'll ask you to pay to be part of the world mediation circle. So that's incentive for you to go out and create a circle. So that is what the idea was. Patron first. Look, the point is, all this work that I do, I don't get funded at all. It is, I have to, of course, put my time. So I tried, but it doesn't happen. What comes for free, why would anyone value it? So I said, not a problem. As long as, look, I enjoy doing this, I will keep doing it. If that comes in, doesn't come in, that's a different thing. But important thing is that the movement, the revolution should continue. So that it will continue if you further go out and create circles. So that's why it's important that you do that. Patron part of it is for people who feel, yes, Vikram is doing something good, let's send him a gift for that. That was for that, what that was for. Yeah. So Nana, what do you?
Thank
you.
Yes,
Elizabeth. Yep.
Unfortunately, I have to leave the meeting, and I'm looking forward to our next meeting. I love you and thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
What we'll do is we'll fix a particular day in the month for a gathering of the circle. So we'll just after all the introductions and everyone talks about the thing, we'll fix a date. It might be the second Wednesday of the month or whatever. We'll fix that up and we'll communicate it so we know that yes, on that day at this time this is happening. So that is we'll do that fixing. After you leave,
that will be very good.
yeah,
yes.
we'll do it behind your back. We'll do it at a time that's so inconvenient for you that you can't make it. No, we'll do that. See you. So
See you. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye. Yes, Elisa.
I'm afraid I will have to leave in a few minutes myself.
So then,
so I don't know if this is scheduled to last for more than an hour or
look,
are we reaching?
Let me tell you, Elena, what really happens with my events, we'll get to know as you go along. There's never a time limit. Yesterday there was a celebration of my YouTube channel. It started at 8:30 India time. It finished at 1:15 a.m. India time. So because I had sent out last minute invitations, so people kept coming in and I definitely wanted to talk to them also. So I don't really fix a time limit there. So the idea is that whenever a person wants to leave, they can leave. But at least that conversation, if someone is involved in that and wants to talk about it, I don't want to end it. So I keep that much time. So time is never a factor. And sometimes people come in late. So time should not be a factor for me. I mean, if you people feel that it has to be rigid in that sense, we can discuss it. But chances are it hasn't happened in the last so many years. I haven't been able to put that time concept to it. So
okay. Well, I'm afraid my schedule.
Absolutely, I understand that. Everyone.
The next thing knocks on the door, and so I will leave you, and I will. I'm hoping to catch up with everybody very soon again. It has been wonderful seeing everybody, as always.
And we'll communicate the date to you, whenever the next
Thank you very much.
gathering is happening. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, Nana, please.
Yes, just a word on my part because I've got people who have scheduled a mediation session now. So just before I go, just to say, Mediator Vikram, a big thank you for this initiative, and Mandy also. For me, always is the same argument. When it happens to meet again in any mediation environment, is always about disseminate mediation. So either it's about a circle or it's about another initiative that we can all be involved. It meets up my expectations. So having this in mind, we will be in touch. I think I can have a detailed talk with Mandy about how we proceed after this meeting, of course. And apologies if I need to go, but it's always something scheduled during the day that keep us behind. Yeah.
It was great. You managed to be here. It was great.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And you can watch the recording. The recording will be available whenever you get time. You can watch the recording for the part that you were not here. So thank you very much.
Yeah, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Bye to everyone, my colleagues, my friends, everyone.
Bye.
And until the next time. Thank you. Bye.
So Eleni C, what are your thoughts? Well, how will you give your thoughts? You haven't even gone through the entire work that I'm doing in relation to the mediation circles. You want me to take you through that? Do you want me to?
I know already a lot of things that you're doing because we've spoken in the past and I follow you in any case. I may be missing a few of the details, but from the things that I've already heard, and I've heard the comments that Eleni and Serious and John and Calliope made before, I completely agree that the challenge here is how to talk about mediation in the community and start from a younger age, as you already mentioned, schools and maybe universities, with all the dear colleagues that I see here, and we know each other very well. We've been trying to do so, and this will be another great opportunity to join forces and see how we can, let's say, penetrate the community and start with mediation initiatives earlier on. It doesn't make really sense to try to convince people to go to mediation after they have an argument. We have to let them know that this option exists way before they start thinking about going to the court. And this is the challenge that we're facing. I think we are all aligned here, and this will be another great initiative to try and achieve that.
No, that's a great thought. And the whole idea is that, of course, when we say early, and we're not going there and say just talking about mediation. One is what has really happened is that people talk about mediation is a very good thing, and people generally talk, maybe sometimes talk about their experience, but just push the concept. Here we're not doing that. Here we're actually going out and letting them experience it, bringing the right people together, and actually creating that little structure around an informal process which is already happening. So we're actually, in a way, getting them engaged, as what we used, engaged. And once they're engaged and they experience, from there, what comes out, I feel, will be what I call the culture of mediation. And that's when they know, yes, this is also an option. But at the same time, they should be able to identify the right people. That's also important. So if you already have someone who has that mindset, we will develop that. I mean, look, skill development is not an issue. If you need to put a structured program, we can do a structured program. And for all the work that I do goes out for everyone to benefit from. So we'll create that. We'll get the best in the world to do that. I have tried to put through lots of topics. So if there are 675 plus videos, we have so many topics covered. And then people like you have shared their experience. So there's wealth. I call it the wealth of knowledge in relation to mediation already there. Well, I think that's largely, I think we're all, of course, in agreement. Now the next step. So the next step is that I think each one has to just identify one school, one college, one community, and one organization, and maybe one issue. It could be climate change or whatever. You can do that and actually reach out. It can be, you can start small. I mean, it doesn't have to be that you have to get the whole school together. It's just that you send out a message that we are going to be talking about this. We're creating a circle in your school, which is it's your initiative. It's your circle. We are not there to come in and teach you anything. We are not coming in some way pushing any kind of system or process. It's yours. You are going to find the people, you are going to conduct it, and we will be available for support to you in whatever way you want. And then show them the path towards maybe tomorrow practicing only as mediators. That path should also be available to them, because you have the skill, but if then you can't take that skill and move towards that activity which comes from the heart. I mean, this is something you said, some people live and breathe mediation. It's a way of life for them. But if they can't do that as their life and their full occupation, then I think we've got something wrong happening there. So valuing mediators to be able to bring them out, I think that seems to be the activity. So
may I say something, Vikram, because I think from the start until now, something which I think it's not difficult to contact. What is it? I realize that I'm here happy being around of my teachers. And I realize that what is the best, the most beautiful, important, and valuable thing they offered me is the love for this thing. Because it's not a knowledge, it's not something, as everybody said, that we can learn. So if we all realize that this is a new lifestyle, a new kind of thinking, living, a new kind of associating people to each other, to share the common space we all have. And that's the reason we have conflicts. We have to share and we don't know how to share, so we have conflicts. If we realize that we are not going to, put the finger like that and teach or say this is good, this is wrong, this is bad, but just that this is beautiful, this is nice, They say beauty will save the world. I mean, this is something which is beautiful to realize that we are students and teachers at the same time. We are all learning together what is this that life has brought in front of us, this new skill, practice of mediation, which is one of the, I think it's the most young, new job in the world. And it is not one, it is all the sciences in one. You have made the symposiums and the sessions, if it's philosophy, if it is, and what it is, and nobody can say what it is, because it is everything. It is all the sciences, it is all the skills, it is everything. It is an umbrella over everybody and over everything. And this is very important that we realize, if we realize that this is a new world that could be created, and a new form of life. And this feeling I have that I am between teachers and schoolmates at the same time, all the time, I always, and in all the symposiums you have, I can't stop having this feeling that everybody is saying something new, something interesting, something I haven't thought, though I thought I knew everything. And you realize that it is the science of love, I don't know, the job of love. It is something which I don't know if there is a person on earth who could say what is mediation. It is like the sea. It is like the sea between lands. It is like the air that we all breathe and connects everybody. I mean, it is a space and everybody can do in his own way, as long as he has love and respect for people, and he's trustful and neutral, and all these skills we have to do not to harm. And everybody will find his own way to practice mediation. And that's beautiful, because every person out there may need another mediator who is for his case or problem the best. And what I realize is that everybody's saying something and nobody is right or wrong. And that's very beautiful if we realize that there is not right and wrong in the world.
But the only sad part is that, Mandy, you still use the word neutral when we have moved away from neutrality. Now we've gone to omnipartiality. So, and so that I mean, these are the kind of things we'll discuss, and they've already been discussed in the symposia. But Mandy, you haven't introduced yourself. I didn't give you a chance to do that.
Yes, you are used to my presence.
Exactly.
And you thought it was yesterday or the last week session. But I'm so happy to listen and be part of this beautiful community. It's very nice, because mediation also has made me love to listen. And I was very happy to listen to all these very beloved and beautiful people are here.
Okay.
I'm
please.
I'm coming from Zakynthos in Greece, and I came back the past 15 years. My life kept me away from the law. And though I'm a lawyer, I practiced not much this science, because I had my son as a priority. And this was something that was very helpful for me to be a mediator today, because I was trying to find a way to be a lawyer, and I was doing, and in my town, I knew everybody. It was very natural for me to when they were coming to say, let's talk to the other party to see maybe we can discuss. And then I was saying, what kind of lawyer am I? What am I doing? But Nana and Elena, who were the first teachers I had, they made me realize that this was mediation, what I was practicing before I became a mediator, and I feel I have found the space, the place for me.
Good.
I'm a mediator, almost only mediator. I try to survive being only mediator as
I mean, maybe we'll make sure that as we go along, you can practice only as a mediator. But now the important part is, when do you want to meet next? When is the next gathering of the circle, so that we can actually keep that as a regular day every time? So what is a convenient day for you people? We'll keep it in sometime in February, maybe late February, whatever. What is a good day for you people? Eleni, what's a good day?
Eleni P or Eleni C?
Okay, let's go with Eleni P. Eleni P.
Okay. If it's gonna be at 5,
okay.
Monday or Thursday or Friday is good for me.
Okay.
Tuesday and Wednesday, it's a bit difficult because I have another thing there at 5, which is, I don't know if it's a good time for everybody, but if it's gonna be something around this,
why 5 o'clock? We can all. I mean,
it
earlier than
can
that
be
is
noon, earlier also,
no, it
if
can't.
it's more convenient.
That can happen
Okay.
on a Wednesday. If earlier can happen on a Wednesday, for me, or on Saturday, if that's a possibility, then we can always. But is earlier better for you, or is it later?
Yes, earlier is better for me. Even on Wednesday, it's around 3 o'clock or something like that would be great.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, so 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Let's keep it
3:30. Yeah.
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Let's keep it 4 o'clock on a Wednesday.
If it's okay, I will be with you until 5, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
For me.
4 o'clock on a Wednesday. So next, I mean, we can do it on 14th of February. That's on.
Oh.
Okay, no, okay, no, okay.
It's the Saint Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
In Europe.
There is so much love in the Greece mediation
so much
circle.
love.
So if that's not good, we can always.
We are only in love with
yes, exactly.
We are only in love with mediation. That will be the subject. And to find a way to make this love for mediation something that matters, and not only the day and time, but maybe to contribute what would be interesting to discuss, not to feel that it is chaotic. So we could have a pre-talking about that. And then to ask Lisa, Epnosia, and Elena to say what is convenient for them also, and to fix it.
So right now, for the moment, we are saying what is the second Wednesday? Is the second? It's actually the second Wednesday. Every second Wednesday of the month at 4 o'clock Greece time. Does that sound all right? Eleni C, Calliope, Sergios. Vote. Okay, vote. Let's do a voting. We're consensus building. Every second Wednesday of the month at 4 p.m. Greece time. Does that suit you people?
Well, 4 p.m. I think it's early, but we cannot. We need to say 1 hour and try to do it, because if we try to find an hour that is good for everybody, we will never do it.
Yeah. Yes. But what we're saying is, Eleni starts at 4 o'clock. We can start at 4, and then because it's going to continue, and as I said, sometimes time is not a factor, so people can come in later. What we're really doing at that gathering is that we're actually, everyone's going out and talking to just one school, one college, one community, one organization, and then we'll discuss what is the feedback from there. Were you able to create a circle? Or were you able to, like what just Eleni said, what exactly what we're doing? Could we have that conversation with them? That is there someone you know in your school, community, college, who helps people resolve disputes or fights or disagreements word is up to you. What word they connect with, whatever the word in Greek they can connect with. We don't want to make it sound very technical also. So it's not like, oh, dispute. And they say, oh, dispute is something that happens in courts. What is the dispute between us? So whether they even understand conflict. So word is up to you what you use. But let's just ask them that question. Let's see what the feedback is. If we actually find some people, you identify some people, you can ask them to come for the gathering. So they can come and share their experience as to what they do, what they've done, so that we can then further circulate that. And then that's how, then one school done, that school, we ask them to further talk to other schools. We'll create that kind of a connection. That's why the global school mediation circle. So the schools can then have their interaction, and that's how we grow faster. And the school children, the college children, they take it out into their communities and families. So they create it there. And that's how we create that multiplier effect of people actually experiencing. Does that sound all right? So,
Great.
so next time we meet, let's at least try and get some experiences in, get more people in, and that's how we'll grow. So Zoom link remains same Zoom link. So second Wednesday of the month at 4 p.m. Greece time. And 4 p.m. Greece time actually now right now is 7:30 my time, but actually will become 6:30 my time when you go into daylight saving. So we might be able to keep the same time. Maybe we can keep the same time. Let's see. So right now, this is what we are at. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Sounds good. And now for other events that are coming up, I'll show you that Edutainment 2024. If you want to drop in for any of the events, what the country specific mediation circles are for the country only. So the Greece one, there were people who wanted to, other people who wanted to attend, but I told them, let's keep the national one for only the people from Greece. So for that, otherwise for the others, we will get other people in for the other, like the family mediation circle. There will be people from the international family mediation circle. There'll be people from other everywhere else who will come in. So we'll grow. This is just, these are the seeds I'm planting. Slowly, everyone has to help in watering the plant. Someone will put some
and maybe
fertilizer.
we are farmers. That's why I say anything you talk about mediation, there is something you can say. We are photographers. We are farmers.
But no, important thing that came out from that symposium on philosophy and mediation was that mediators are philosophers in practice, and mediation is philosophy in practice. That was the interesting thing that came up from there, because that was based on a definition that Andrea had come with on mediation. She'd taken it from some place, and when you read it, you said, "This is mediation that you're talking about." When you see the definition of philosophy, so it's an interesting aspect there. So now,
and also art in practice. It's art.
Exactly. So much there. So, and
it's
in
everything.
relation,
it's everything.
So any other thoughts, Sergios? Any thoughts? Anything else you want to?
No, I think not anything for the time being. We have to think the next steps.
This is the next steps I'm telling you. Actually talking to people at the grassroots level, and not saying, we're not talking about mediation. We're actually
to realize after this talk and all this presentation of the things you have already done, what would be important to work on as a team, to have not results, but to feel that mediation is working, is spreading, is
that we'll get as we go along. We'll get that feedback. But in terms of teams that you spoke about, I mean, you're saying that slowly, what will happen is you'll have those groups. So there will be the Greece school mediation circle. The people who want to work with schools. Everyone doesn't want to work with schools, maybe. But then you have the commercial mediation circle, people who are looking at commercial work. So we'll create that. So slowly, we need to then specialize as we go along. But I think first thing is for people to get that feeling, like what Eleni said, when she goes out and talks to them and she actually finds those children. That's children, but same thing will happen in communities also. It might not happen also, because the way we have communities are broken down, maybe they might not be able to identify someone. Maybe in families you might not, but let's not get negative about it. That's the way the social structure has changed in the world as we, I mean, as urbanization has taken place, as materialism has taken that its roots into society. So things have changed. I mean, we're not going to find that ideal world and we go in there and everyone says, yes, someone is helping us. Maybe we won't find that, but doesn't matter. Whoever we find, and then when we send that information out about, okay, this person, because as professional mediators, and when you talk about it, there might be a disconnect. They think, okay, that's professional practices in the courts, this is happening there. We want to bring it down to the ground, at the ground level. That's why we want to connect them with the right people. Yep. When we have
Yes,
to
but also Greece is a little different from the global and India size, because we are a small country, and it would be nice first to be connected, in my opinion. I contribute my opinion. First to come together, and then to have specific
no, you'll have
topics.
even
It's
within
holistic.
Yeah. No, within Greece also, you will have an Athens mediation circle. You'll have a Rhodes mediation circle. So we'll make it smaller. We'll make it smaller so that people connect with each other at the local level. But again, be part of the larger whole, so that everyone feels part of something larger. But actually, at the ground level, sometimes you have to make it small, because community size also matters. If you have too large a community, there sometimes is a disconnect with it. So a smaller community, people feel part of it, so they can have a gathering of their circle and, I mean, share knowledge, share experiences, and just be a community. It doesn't have to be talking about mediation. The fact that they can actually sit together and talk and create a community, they'll feel good about it. Because like I said, what has happened, it's happened globally. It's not, I mean, looking at Greece or anywhere, everywhere else, everywhere, that whole concept of communities has kind of been destroyed, which has affected mediation also. Because like I said, you had communities where you had people, there might have been people with gray hair like me, but there were people that people went to. But okay, but let's get Elenic's thoughts, because now she's feeling tired and she's yawning. So she's getting bored. Yes, Elenice, some thoughts.
Oh, I'm not yawning. I'm sorry. I have a terrible cough. I was sick last week, and that's why I'm covering my mouth. It's instinctive. I'm not yawning.
No, but Elenice, when we did that episode of Mediator Experiences, that time also you had a cough.
Yes, I have a sensitivity, and every winter, once I get sick, I have the same problem. So yeah.
So is there a natural cure for it, or we're not being able to find a cure for it?
Haven't found it yet.
But is it a cough, or is it an irritation in the throat?
Cough.
It's a cough.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have something, a natural kind of, it's a wood that we have, which we use. I don't know whether you'll get it there, whether it's something which is only indigenous to India or not. But let me find if there is let me see online right now if I can find something. But that really helps.
Thank you very much.
So any other thoughts? Anything else? Licorice. It's called licorice.
Okay.
And you take a little piece and you just suck on it. You don't swallow it, but really, I just show you the picture. It really helps.
Because mediation is also the science of medicine. We are doctors also.
Yeah, but
we are farmers. We are doctors.
No, we have it.
We cure.
Yeah, but
we have it. Thank you so much. We have it. I'll actually try it. I had no idea that it helps with coughing. I will try it, and I will. If it works, I will let you know for sure.
Yeah, do both ways. If it doesn't work, you can let me know also. But don't have too much. You don't have too much. Just a little piece, maybe at night. Just suck on it, because it's a very hard wood. But the moment it goes into your mouth, it becomes really soft, and you can keep it there. So, I mean, it works.
Τι είναι αυτό, Ελένη? Πώς το λέμε?
Γλυκόριζα. If I may interrupt, I must leave at 6:30, so I'm sorry, I have to leave.
But before you leave, Calliope, do I talk too fast? Can you understand what I'm saying, or have I make it slower?
It was great today. I could understand everything you said.
because
some
people
sometimes you talk too fast.
Exactly.
But
that's what I've been
this
told.
session was okay. It was in a good pace.
No, I'll tell you what.
I want to thank you for this great opportunity. And above all, we need all to thank Mandy, because Mandy is the one who brought us here today. She did a great job. It was not easy, I imagine. So Mandy, thank you so much for this great opportunity. I hope I'll see you all soon.
I have to say that it is so touching for me how easy, how simple it was to do this thing. I could have never imagined how willing, simply and by heart, everybody said yes without second thoughts. It was so touching that we all put above the mediation, above selves, above jobs, above personal careers. And that is something I was thinking to tell in the closure, but I will do now before you leave, Calliope, because it is touching. I mean, all these personalities here are very important and all serve in a so important way the mediation, and to be all together in this simple and free willing, with all the principles of mediation. It was very beautiful. This is encouraging, because we all have mediation as the most important reason for us, and this is very hopeful. Yeah. And I would like also to thank all the beloved that are here today, but also Mrs. Katerina Kochaki, who couldn't be here, but she's the one that first met me to the Vikram's community, and she's one step ahead. She was one step, and she's one step ahead, and working very hard for that. But many other teachers, friends, and colleagues that are not here, it is something that's very important.
No, let's bring them in. Let's bring them in. What we can do is that we can share this link of the recording with them, and we can give them the date. The next one is happening on 14th at 4 p.m. Greece time, and send them the Zoom link. So they can also come in and share their thoughts. But at the same time, we'll also get the feedback as to what happened at the grassroots level when people spoke to people. So I think that's really important to be able to get that, because when someone talks about their experience when they spoke to, like I said, school, college, or wherever, when they bring those people, that'd be the best. Then children might be a little difficult to bring, but the older ones in college, if they come and talk about it as, okay, I'm doing this. But yesterday in that celebration, there was someone from that college that I told you we've created a circle, and he said that if he's been able to resolve something which is in the family and actually saved a family in relation to a divorce, and this is a college student doing it, and a litigation which is going on, he helped that resolve that. So it's all out there. We just have to bring it out, right? So anything else, John? Any thoughts? Anything you want to add? Anything at all? So
unfortunately, I have to leave.
Yeah,
me
thank
too.
you, Eleni. Yeah. And please try that licorice and let me know.
Thank you.
All right.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Eleni. See you in Paris.
See you soon in Paris. Yes.
Bye.
Bye. We are going to the ICC mediation competition.
Very nice.
Hopefully.
Bye.
Bye, John.
Bye, John.
Bye
John, we'll speak about Limnos. We will meet. Okay.
Yeah. We have to meet.
Bye.
Bye to all of you. Thank you for this.
Great.
Thank
Bye.
you. Yes. Thank you, Mediator Vikram.
Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you soon.
I will also have to leave, but first I want to share something with you about Mandy, because Mandy is from Zakynthos, and my father's side is also from Zakynthos, so I can understand it. I can connect with this temperament and this emotion thing about her. this love part, you know. This is Zakynthos is a very emotional island.
Yes, and it's the first time Vikram hasn't showed Zakynthos. It is, come on, Vikram, show
No, now this is
us.
Greece. Now Zakynthos Mediation Circle will show it at that time. But
okay.
But Eleni is saying something important.
We will create.
Yes, what I was
Very
about to say is that Zakynthos has, as every emotional situation, has two faces. The one is the one with love and, you know, all this part that Mandy represents. And it also has the face with a very emotional conflict. So I think that she's based on in the perfect place for a person like Mandy, because the place is, it's a total conflict. They even go, for example, they go to the notary to buy or sell something. They are so loud when they speak about it. I was one there with a client of mine, and he thought he was from Middle East, and he thought that they were fighting, but they were not fighting, they were discussing. And after a few minutes, they would probably fight. And then again, they would discuss again. So I think that this whole thing, I think that Mandy is the perfect representative of mediation for
and
this
we
island.
will make Zakynthos conflict-free area.
Conflict-free, I'm not sure, because it's very, a lot of things are going on there. That is another discussion. but I think that it's a perfect island for her, because she has all this thing about, she brought back to my mindset also this whole, you know, love about mediation, because I've been practicing it for the last 15 years, and it's been hard. Sergios know that. We were together from the beginning. We met each other. It's been hard, and it's been like very, very exhausting for people that have been doing it since it was difficult to make it happen. And sometimes in all this hardship, we tend to forget how we feel about this process. And I would like to thank her personally, because she brought this back to me, and she reminded me. And thank you, Mediator Vikram, for all this part, for bringing authenticity, and not only the professional part of mediation, which is being very exhausting the last few years. And so I was very excited to be part of it. That's why I stayed until the end, even though I have a ballet class at 7 o'clock. So nice. But I texted them saying that I'm not coming. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. So dance yourselves today. And I'll be back during Valentine's Day, hopefully with people. I have in mind one person who is not a mediator, but she's from Zakynthos, and she has been doing ever since she was born.
Exactly.
And I think that I will bring her, because I think she's a very pure mind, and probably she will bring a lot of insights in this group.
That's really nice. Those are the kind of people we need. That's exactly what we need to do. And that's how it'll grow, and people will connect with the right people. So it's wonderful. I think that's exactly what we need. So yeah.
Okay, then. So see you soon.
Yeah, before you go, let me just tell you about this mediation competition. What I've been telling children in school, colleges also, because mediation competitions is what is going on. But I've been telling them that this role play is not what you need. There are enough, first of all, issues within your college itself, but you go out into your community or your families and ask them if there are any disputes there, and actually tell them that they can be helped. So they, of course, sometimes may not be trusted because they might be too young. So they then bring you into it. So it is actually you coming in as a co-mediator with them. So of course, the law part of it, how it works in Greece, we have spoken about it, that only if you want to actually have that agreement to be something which has the endorsement in a way by the notary and all, then you need a certified mediator. But people can always practice as mediators even if they're not certified. You can't stop people from bringing in someone to assist them. So I think we also have to be able to create an environment when these children can actually experience it as not shadowing you, but actually being part of the process and coordinating it. And also it creates work for you also, but gives them experience on an actual basis. So that's what I've been trying to develop with colleges.
Exactly. Okay, I have it in mind. In Paris, the SAP, I suppose you know how it works. It's a great opportunity for mediators to meet up from all over the world for professionals. This is why I've been going there since 2013. I had a gap of some years because my kids are very little and I was pregnant, so I couldn't travel easily. And now I returned since 2020, and I went there and to Paris, and then 1 month afterwards there was the pandemic thing. So it was my last trip to this mediation competition in the ICC. It's very interesting, and you do have the chance to speak to students from the universities that take part in this competition. So I will have the chance to speak and to talk about this thing, and I will bring you some news hopefully, and from the Greek schools and universities also. It's not in Paris. They are not going to Paris. I don't know why. It's not. It's not something that it has been happening for the last years. But anyway, I will have the national access, and then the national. And I will bring you some news on the 14th of February.
Yeah, and both ways. For students also who want to create these mediation circles in their college, mediators who want to be part of mediation circles in their country or other things. So that's how we'll spread. Of course, I've spread the word. Let's spread the word. Let's bring good people in. But we have to be selective, Eleni. We have to bring in people.
We have to be selective.
Who actually have that. I mean, you know who those people are. So I don't even have to tell you. So I think you have to leave now.
Exactly. We need to be selective because, as you said before, it's the mediator. I think John said it should be the mediation, and this is something that in Greece let's say few mediators. Hopefully there are few, not a few or some. They don't take it very personally as we do. And there are a lot of lawyers that are whining about mediation in Greece now because of the mediators they have cooperated with. This is a phenomenon. This is something that happens in Greece because of this mandatory session. And it's. I think that we have to find the solution there. And whoever really believes in it and loves it should be there and show it, because we have been hearing about some situations that weren't very nice about mediation.
This is everywhere.
And that's why
everywhere
we have to be selective. I agree with you.
Yeah, everywhere in the world, this is a problem. So the people that we bring out who have that endorsement of the user, who are trusted by them, when we take them forward, it'll give a good name to mediation, and it'll be practiced in a manner that we are talking about it. So it'll be good for mediation, it'll be good for the circles, it'll be good for everyone. So yes.
Yeah, and it's it is a challenge to find a way, because as mediators, that's what we do. We find a way and we overcome difficulties. So we will do it between us also.
Perfect.
Okay, then.
So great, Eleni. Thank you for coming. And
thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Sergey, χάρηκα που σε είδα. Bye.
Εγώ χάρηκα. Thank you.
Andy will be in touch.
Yes.
Bye-bye, Mediator Vikram.
Eleni.
Thank you. It's been an honor. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I think you have to tell me how to say bye-bye in Greek also. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is from a year, which is have a good health, you can say. This is what yeah means.
Okay. So, yeah. Yes. So if I say yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So thank you very much, Sergey, for coming. And we'll
thank you for organizing.
And we'll see you 14th. We'll definitely see you. If you want to come in for any of the events, please join the ones which are.
Okay. I know.
So,
and then inform Catherine for everything we said.
Yes, please
tell her about the next meeting.
Exactly. Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.